We're going to take a quick video tour of our portfolios and just give you a quick overview of Weebly for Education as well in both the teacher and the student views. Once you establish a Weebly for Education account, this is what you will see when you log in. This part right here is where you can create your own sites. I believe you have up to 10 sites that you can create for free. If you wanted to edit it, you would click here. If you just wanted to see it, you would click here. We're going to go ahead though, and we're going to start off in the My Students area. Under My Students is where you would add your students so that they could create their own websites. Obviously, you see that you can have more than one class. You would just add student here, and when you click on Add Student, you would type in the first name and last name, and the program will assign a login. You will assign what the password is. We decided to keep the passwords all the same for this project, at least until half of the year, so that the students would get used to being able to log in and not having to remember a bunch of different websites, a bunch of different passwords. Under class settings is where you can decide what you are going to allow. We wanted the sites to be private, not public, and we elected for now to publish the student blog comments immediately because we are only sharing it with parents and grandparents. If at some point we decide that they're going to be sharing it with other students, we probably would hold those for moderation. So that's what you can do in the class settings part. The student login page is actually students.weebly.com, and they would use this right here as their login along with the password that you've assigned. Notice that they do not have to have an email address to do that. We actually are not going to log in though as a student for editing. We just want to see a site, so we're going to click right here. Here we can see Abby's homepage of her portfolio, and notice that she's put in a slideshow, and she has also put in a Chatterpix video. I'll just play a second of it for you.
Hi, my name is Abby. I'm 9 years old. My birthday was on May 11th, 2007. I go to Mount Vernon Elementary School and I'm in.
Essentially, they were just introducing themselves, and we wanted them to get used to starting to add elements to their website. That was actually done by bringing over a YouTube video. So we published the Chatterpix to YouTube, and then the students were able to use that address in their portfolio. Let's also go to visit another student's portfolio. This is Parker's portfolio, and you can see that each student has put their own unique stamp on what they want their portfolio to look like. We'll look at Parker's writing workshop work. The county has just this year adopted a new writing workshop approach to writing, and they start off with personal narratives. We used Office Mix to publish their personal narratives. Office Mix actually has a lot more capability than we've learned so far, but we're still at the beginning of the year, really. They will be doing more with it as it goes. We were just recording and giving a new publishing method. I'll go ahead and play just a minute for you.
Trip to Disney World by Parker Thorson. When I shout as I see what's in my egg, we were going to Disney. In a few weeks, my mom said, we'll go during summer. Yay, Cameron and I shout. Settle down, girls, my dad said. You don't seem very excited, my mom said.
So you see in Office Mix you can make something into a video. I will tell you that you can also make it into an interactive presentation, and that's where we'll be going next with that. She also decided to include her chapter book that she is working on, and so she's put that in as a slideshow. She can always add more to it as she goes along. Next, let's look at a different person's portfolio. This is Nick's portfolio. Nicholas is a reader. We actually right now we're working on an adaptation of a story where students are going to be making green screen videos, acting out the story. They've written the skit. However, that probably will happen next week. We didn't have that up by this time that I'm making this video, so sorry about that. However, each of the students did select one or two of the blogs that they had put up on Ms. Sumner's site to include in their own portfolio, and this is Nick's blog, and you can see that there is definite structure that has been assigned to how this blog should look, and that he's done a very complete and careful blog entry right here. And let's go over to Erilyn's. This is Erilyn's Science and Social Studies page. We said that we wanted to include writing in all of our, across the curriculum actually. And so in social studies, when they were studying geography, they created a trip line, and I'll show you what that looks like. It's an interactive map actually, where the students can incorporate writing. And obviously this young lady has been across the world. And you can embed that. You can embed the code in here, or you can create it as a link. And this is a sway that they did when they were studying the ocean in science. And they did it as a group, and then each student could add to it or change, because you can collaborate here as you're trying to work on this. So each student added their own personal things to it, and you can embed this into the website also. Every student's can look different because they can change it and embed whatever they're doing. Finally, let me go ahead to Ethan's reflection on learning. This is Ethan's final page. It is his blog page, and you can see here that Ethan has made some posts, and Mom and Dad are starting to comment on it, so it is starting to be shared. And so that's perfect. All right, now I'm going to show you what it would look like if you were a student. Remember, I said that you would log in at students.weebly.com, and just like the teacher account, this is what you would see. And in order to edit the site, the student would go in here to edit site, and I'll just show you a few of the aspects of it. It is super simple to do anything on Weebly. So for example, this is the landing page, I guess, and if you wanted to change it, you just click in there and welcome to my portfolio. You just type in there. If you want to add something, you can see obviously that I was just showing how to do it here, but if you don't want something there, you just delete it. If you want to add something, just drag it in, drag some text in, click in it, and edit. You can drag an image in. You could drag a slideshow in. Then you just upload an image, just like this. Upload a photo from your computer. Notice that you can search around here this way. And over on this side, this is the build section. Notice that you can use lots of different things. You can have them bring in a YouTube video if you've had them create videos. Then they would just click here, put the URL here. So basically you just drag and drop and then fill it in. They can add files, documents. Anything that's got this little flashy symbol on it is what they can't add. That is part of the Pro account, and Ms. Sumner has the free account, so they can't just add video directly from the computer. So there are a couple of limitations. Another limitation is that you can only have 5 pages. So these are the pages that we decided that we were going to add. When you get to a page, and you can edit how the page would look from header, no header, header. They can also change how things look. When you go to theme, they can change fonts if they want to. They can change the theme altogether if they want to. There's a whole bunch of themes that they could choose to use right here, and they can just click on it and change it. One of the things that we've discovered is that our students like to change their theme rather often. So anyway, when they are all done with it, of course they would click publish. Every day that they work on it, they click publish so that their changes are then ready to be seen. To get out of it, you just click there, and then they can go see what they've done this way. Now I'm going to go over to Ms. Sumner's website, because what we elected to do is to start off with student blogs on her site. we may consider changing that at some point, but I'm just going to go ahead and show you what students are doing here. So for example, here's what we found was the problem, okay? This part was put in by Ms. Sumner because she is doing the posting. The students had to comment. And so Abby, obviously, as you can see, has created her comment to her book blog, and then other students can reply to the comments. Okay, so that's a little cumbersome. We weren't totally thrilled with that. We thought that at some point what we might consider doing is having the reading page perhaps be a blog, or including the blogging on the Reflections on Learning. So anyway, that is basically what We Believe for Education Building Portfolios is all about.